you here. I also want to thank him as well as all the other panelists who brought members of their own businesses here this evening. So we welcome you all tonight. Thank you.
The goal today is to provide everyone with the opportunity to figure out what's going on in today's marketplace. A lot of shifting things have been going on in the market. Lawsuits have been going on with the National Association of Realtors, shifting interest rates with my expert panels are going to be talking about. So the goal for me today is to give you guys an insight through their lens what is going on in today's marketplace so that you guys could become a better buyer, seller, and a more informed investor and consumer overall. So without further ado, guys, I'm excited to introduce you guys. Let me start off by some brief introductions real quick. To my immediate right, we have Carlos Garcia. Carlos and his wife, Juanita, are proud owners of 3 companies. We got Icon Homes and Rise Homes, which he will further dive into once we get into the Q&A. In addition to 915 Next Gen spray foam installation, he's a retired firefighter, so let's give a round of applause for that. Father of 3 beautiful children, and he has a current addiction with a wonderful but yet stressful game of golf, right? Right? All right, to Carlos's right, we have Miss Laura Ramos. She is a mortgage loan officer at GCU and is a proud mother of 2 beautiful girls. How old are your girls? 17 and 14 teenagers, the best years, right? The best years. And also loves to travel, spend time with her amazing family. Let's give a round of applause for Laura. And then we have Miss Patricia Alvidrez. You want to be called Patty, right? Miss Patty. She recently taken a new role as a branch manager, escrow officer of the Historic Title Commercial Residential Downtown office. Nearby here, and she was previously with the business development officer for all Paso locations. She's a proud mother of 5 girls. God bless you. 5 girls, 1 boy, family of 6, and a blessed grandmother of 8 grandchildren, ages 14 to 18 months. She looks great, grandmother, right? Awesome. And last but not least, we have Luis Carlos Perez. Luis is the founder of Center Real Estate. How long have you been in that, Luis?
Been in real estate 11 years. Company is 3 years old.
The Center Real Estate, 3 years? Awesome. So he's the founder of Center Real Estate and has been in the real estate industry for 11 years and has served as president of NABREP, also known as the National Association of Realtors, for the El Paso chapter, and has recently been in charge of the NABREP Wealth Principles, which we probably will talk about in a little bit as well. Luis, you ready?
Ready.
All right. So it's hard to compare El Paso with other major markets, right? But the normal supply and demand that a stable market is around 6 months. So we're a little bit below that. What is this doing as far as the inventory that we have in El Paso? What is this doing for buyers and sellers in El Paso? And just for the normal consumer, you know, I know both of us know the answer to this, but are we still facing these crazy bidding wars? People just wrestling each other at the neck, trying to get the same property.
Thank you for that. And I want to thank Progress 321 for inviting me to the panel first off. But that's a great question. And there's a lot of misconceptions of what's going on in the real estate industry. And it's a key in the way you asked it is what is it doing for buyers, what is it doing for sellers, and what is it doing for the market? Because those are 3 completely different answers. So I'll start off at the end. Are we seeing multiple offers? A lot of people are expecting the market to. I'm sitting it down because I can't compete and go and offer over asking price. So that is the case in some homes, but not all homes. And it comes back to the real estate agent behind that listing, and then a lot of factors. That's one, the way it's marketed. 2 is the way it's priced. A lot of times it has to do with that seller. And then 3 is also where that home is located. There's markets in El Paso that are very, it's still very sought after. There's areas in El Paso that are maybe a little bit quieter. And then we also have to consider what price point that consumer is looking at, what buyer is looking at. Is it on the higher end? Seems to be a little bit slower. If it's something entry-level homes, they're still flying off the shelf. We were just having a side conversation earlier right before this meeting, and there was 19 offers on a house that was listed this weekend. So that's still happening. And then there's homes that have been sitting there for a month or so, right? So it depends. There's more questions to be asked to be able to answer that. And if a consumer is asking that in hesitation, what I always recommend is talk to a real estate professional, ask the questions, be advised, and then get the right answer that's for you individually. As far as what we're seeing for home sellers, a lot of home sellers are waiting and they're like, wait, okay, I have this home, we had a baby and we don't fit in the home anymore. I'm working from home now, my wife's working from home, we need more space. But they look at the market and they go out there like, if I sell my house, what am I gonna buy? There's nothing else out there that I'm buying. So they're holding up that listing from hitting the market. So that's the thinking that a lot of home sellers are looking at right now. Or they're also thinking, which is a misconception, is, well, the rates are too high. What am I going to go do? I'm not going to be able to find a house with this interest rate. And that's a hesitation that is kind of going away. I see that people are getting used to that interest rate occurring. On the home buyer side, people that we're seeing buying homes are people that have to, like I mentioned, you're moving to El Paso, you have to buy a house. You're not going to decide to buy or not. You either buy or rent. So if you decide to buy, that's the rate you're getting. People that are buying our home is usually people coming from other cities, people getting married. There's a long list of people that are still looking. And what I see is more misinformation. They're sitting back and taking the bench to see what happens in the market because they're not getting educated by a real estate professional. So that's my take on that.
All right, guys, next question is for anyone who wants to answer on the panel, which is an important question for me. I started in real estate not through being a realtor or broker, it's through the investing side. And my logic was like, I just wanted to retire owning property. I didn't know anything. I almost foreclosed on that first property because I was a 19-year-old kid. But the question that we want to give the audience, or for anyone in the panel to answer, is home ownership has been shown, historically speaking, to build generational wealth. Not only for the person that starts it, but for your offspring, your children and grandchildren. What advice, to anyone in the panel who wants to answer first, what advice do you give to anyone that wants to realize that American dream of home ownership to then build generational wealth? Who wants to answer?
All right. Thank you. So that's something that's very important. And like they mentioned in my introduction, I'm part of the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. And the big background behind that is building wealth in real estate. So the focus of this organization is to grow Hispanic home ownership, because through that they're going to grow the Hispanic wealth overall in the economy in the nation. So the advice I give somebody that's looking to invest, and it's a simple answer, looking to invest, looking to get their feet wet, or even if you have a home, you're thinking of buying that second home as an investment or a move-up buyer. So the number one key thing is don't wait. Like I mentioned earlier, people are waiting and seeing what's going on in the market. The biggest mistake that anybody could do is wait. You were 19 years old when you bought your first house. You don't know what you're doing, so you go and figure it out as you're doing this investment, and you get advised by a real estate professional. You talk to a title company. I'm sure Patricia will be more than happy to tell you about what to look for in title. I'm sure she'll be able to help you with, hey, lending, this is investor loans, these are loans for first-time home buyers, criteria to do that. And as a builder, I mean, he could build you a house, right, of course. And I want to add something aside, if I'm allowed to. But for Icon, he was beating himself up on the market, but I think Icon is one of the most recognizable builders in the city. If I could ask for a raise of hands who started Icon Homes before tonight, and I bet half of the room will raise their hands. So it's a great company.
The panelists here, these expert panelists are local experts in our industry. But first and foremost, I want to thank Progress 321. Let's give Progress 321 a round of applause for organizing an amazing event. This is just one of the many things that you guys do for our community and the region and the border. Thank you for allowing me to be your moderator. We had a great turnout. Good questions, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Bro, good wisdom, brother. I appreciate it. Real estate panel for the Progress 321. It's a local organization in El Paso. It was bred in El Paso. It's grown. It's been established over 10 years. So it's been a great pleasure to be here. It was a lot of fun to be in a panel with colleagues. a lot of colleagues in the audience, and it was great to see people from different industries come together and listen to what us realtors have to say about the real estate industry.